Hello my lovelies, and welcome back to Cakey Tea Time. I'm Cakey Tea, I've got a cup of tea, and it's time to play some Minecraft. So, what's going on? What's all this mess that I've got here? Well, I thought in this episode, rather than work on our armor, I thought we'd build a sheep farm. So, I designed a sheep farm in creative mode, and it turned out to be a little bit big. So, I've plotted down around about to where it's going to be, but it's a bit big, so I need to do a lot of landscaping. So I think what we're going to do for the start of this episode is we're going to get ourselves a shovel, because I don't think I've got a shovel at the moment, and it would be nice to have a good one. So maybe we'll sort out some enchants, get ourselves a shovel, dig out all of this mess around here, so that we can build this sheep farm, which is a little bit bigger than I had anticipated, but it should be fun. As you can see in the distance, the diamond tower is growing. We'll tackle that one day. I'm just quite keen to see how tall we can get it. Do you think we can hit build height? I don't think we can, because that's a lot of mining. I'm not on the level of Hermitcraft. We'll leave that for now. We've got plenty of diamonds in stock anyway, so I'll be able to make the shovel and any other tools that I need. I do already have a pickaxe, an axe, and another pickaxe, which is fine, but for the rest of it, we're definitely going to need a shovel for this lot. So, diamond shovel today. We'll stick on a few things. Should I put silk touch on it? We'll think about that. But first, let's get down from here. Okay, so now I'm down. You can see how unlevel this is. It's going to need a lot of landscaping. It's going to be mostly digging. There'll probably be some mining as well. What the actual design is, for each sheep, they will sit in the middle of these squares. And they will then have an auto shearing system. There's going to be a rail cart collecting them underneath. They're going to be depositing them into chests along the side here. So I'll have one set of chests sort of here and another set over there, and I'm thinking the entrance could be here. It's one of those ones where like there could be an entrance at one end and the other, but there can't be an entrance in all four corners. It can only be in a line. So I need to decide whether or not we have a door there and a door there, which seems a little bit out of the way. Or we can have one door here and then that one's just going to have to be sealed off. So for where all the sheep are going to be in these cubes, they are going to be in glass. So what I want to do is I want to make a glass case of emotion for all the sheep in all the colours that they actually are. So for this build, we are going to need glass and we're going to need dye. We're going to need a fair few of each, I reckon. It shouldn't take that much. It really shouldn't. For the rest of it, I'm going with sort of like a spruce and dark oak sort of feel on the inside. Not too much. There will be wool on the inside as well, leading into the chests. Let's think about it for a minute though, because what I'm going to end up doing here is digging all this out and then having to, that's going to take me some time. So maybe instead of getting a little bit ahead of ourselves, we should just get on and dig this out. So first of all, we need to go get a shovel, because that is the one thing that we're missing for this build. We need a shovel and we want to enchant it good. Okay, so we've got some sticks. We've got some diamonds, and we're just going to stick shovel in there. That's our shovel done. Simple jobs. What we want to do next though is we want to enchant it, and this is where things are going to be a little bit of a pain, because we've got to visit all the villagers. I'm pretty sure I've got enough levels to do this. Obviously I've got all my diamonds in there. I don't have any books. Okay, we've got enough books now. That's more than enough books. So, and I might even have a few things already in the barrels. So, shouldn't be too difficult. So, for the shovel, we are going to want mending. I already had mending. Unbreaking, already have unbreaking. That's good. We will also want... Do I want silk touch? I'm going to put silk touch on it because I want some grass, so that will be quite useful. I'm going to also stick efficiency 5 on there, and that seems to be the only one I don't have right now. So that's pretty cheap. I will stick that on there. Right, let's stick these on. So, shovel. What should we name it? We should name it something. I'm going to call it Chauvelia, because it's the first thing that came to my head. Wait, have we got efficiency? Yeah, we've got efficiency. There we go. That's all we need. That's absolutely perfect. So I'm just going to dump everything else back in this barrel. So I don't know what level I want this to be at, because obviously this looks pretty high up here and I'm not sure if I want it to be that high. Oh, what to do. Maybe if I shifted this over one chunk, would it fit? The entrance would be here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then that's going to be a lot more landscaping. We could build it into the mountain, couldn't we? Save on touching all of this. Okay. I'm going to dig out an area of 2 chunks by 2 chunks from here and here. And I'm just gonna send it. Full send. Right, let's do this. Okay then, my lovelies. Well, as you can see, this looks absolutely minging. What I'm going to do is just run through a few things that I need for the build. So, it's taken me 2 hours since you last heard from me, by the way, just so you know. Some of that was spent digging this out, and the rest of it was spent gathering all the items I needed, because I really should have done that first. And because it took so long, I didn't want to put it on camera. So, I will show you what I've got. Now, I've got glass. I needed about 8 stacks of glass and 4 of each dye so that we can make enough glass to make the little boxes around the sheepies. We've also got 66 hoppers, 64 chests, 16 observers, 16 dispensers, 16 redstone comparators, 16 redstone repeaters, 28 powered rails, redstone dust. I've just chucked in a whole load of those, more than I need. Minecarts, and also 28 redstone torches. We will need shears. A minimum of 16 shears is required. I'm going to put in a lot more shears, and I'm going to be making a lot more shears purely because they do take damage as they use. So the best thing to do would be to fill the dispensers up completely. So I'm going to make a lot of shears. In this one, I've just got some building blocks. I'm only going to be using dark oak for the time being, just for the frame. In here is just leftover iron. I'll be using a lot of that for the shears. So, for this part of the build, that's all we're going to need. What I'm going to do first is I am going to take these out, and I'm going to replace the undersides with dark oak. Okay, so that's the main frame done. For the next part, I'm going to need to start placing some glass. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix it up. So for this build, I will need 25 of each colour, which will equate to 400 pieces of glass. However, because that's not a round number, I will end up using around 512 pieces of glass. Because they only make them in stacks of 8. I do have some here already, which is really helpful, so that should let things a little bit smoother on the old usage, but let's just get all of these and start making glass. So thankfully for each colour we do have a little chart here, which is nice. So first one I will need is blue, so let's make all the blues. Let's make all the browns. In fact, let's just make all of them. Let's just keep going. Any spares will just be a bonus. I'm not going to mess around. I'm just going to do this. It'll be quicker. There we go. We've got all the glass we need. I'm going to make a start. So I want this to sort of fade in around to a nice colour scheme. I've already designed it out, but the only thing I need to figure out is what do I want the entrance to look like. We're going to start with purple. And I'm going to be shaping the boxes like this because there will be a dispenser right here. So I'm just going to do this for now. Then we want magenta. The next one is pink. And I'm going to change the layout so that the inside bits are here instead. What I'm going to do, rather than building them up right now, I'm just going to lay them out so that they're all even. So I'm going to stick some brown right here. This one will be black. And then we want grey. Oh no, right, okay, light grey, except I've done it slightly wrong. And we're going to want white in that one. For this one, we're going red. Orange for the next one. Yellow. And lime. For this side, we're going green. And then we want cyan. We want light blue on this one. And then standard dark blue on this one. So as you can see, it's looking a little bit more colourful. I'm going to go around now and layer these up because I want 3 layers of glass on each one. So I'll just go and do that quickly. Okay, there we are. So those are all in place now. What I'm going to do for the next step is I'm going to stick grass blocks in all of these little entrances. So I'm going to put away the glass for now because I won't be needing that for a little while. I'm just going to stick them in like this for now. I will be taking away some of this glass purely because when a sheep eats the grass, it turns into dirt, and if you don't have any grass next to it, then that grass won't turn back into, well, I mean that dirt won't turn back into grass. So the way that I'm going to get around that is I'm going to build more grass along here, but for the sake of actually getting this done, I will just skip that for the time being. So now that they're all in, I need to grab our dispensers, our observers, some redstone. So the trick is here. We're going to want our observers and we're going to want to shift click and put them in. So that way then, let me just show you underneath. You got the face facing inwards. And then that will be your output. So for the output, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick another block of grass there because it's nice to have a nice bit of grass. For this one, I'm going to do exactly the same. And I'm going to do the same all the way around. And then my grass. I will just say, this doesn't have to be grass. I'm just doing it because it fits the build. Most of the time you want to use just a normal block or something. Just because I'm going to be filling in this area with grass, it looks nicer. So, okay. Next step, dispensers. So you're going to want to come in, shift click, and just click on the edge of it, and that will be then facing you. So you come out, that's done, and then rinse and repeat again for the rest of them. Okay, now that they're in place, we just need to go around to the back of each one and just stick one piece of redstone behind each one. And with that done, that's most of it. So in order for sheep to actually get this block as grass, we do need to take out some of these and stick some grass in there, purely because what this will do is allow the grass to refresh, as I mentioned before. So I'm just going to go around and do that quickly. I probably should have done this before I went in and stuck all the glass in, but it's absolutely fine. I'm just trying to create like a perfect sort of edge here, because that's obviously going to be the shape of the building. Okay, that's looking a little bit more flushed out. For the backs of these, I am just going to fill in one block on top of each one so that the sheep can't escape once they're in. Okay, for the next step, we are going to need 16 shears. Now, I've named my chest the Sheer Audacity because I've been watching Pearlescent Moon and she came up with all these sheer puns, and I've been laughing ever since. Okay, so I'm just gonna put one in each for now, as that's all we need to get started. Okay, so now that all the shears are in place, I am gonna go and grab some sheep and start bringing them in. By the way, to test that this works, the best thing to do really would just be to force a block update. So I'm just gonna do this, and in theory this should flash red. There we go. That means that's working. So all that's going to do is when this gets eaten, the observer in here will fire off this, and then this will fire this off, and this has got the shears in, and the shears will just trim the sheep, you know, snip snip. So to bring the sheep in, I'm going to need to set up a way to actually get them in. So I'm just going to stick some scaffold around in the corners, and that should allow me to bring them up, and then I'm going to pull them in. I've missed some grass, so I'm just going to fill that in and then go grab the sheep, and then you'll catch me with the sheep. I've had a thought. Rather than just bringing one over at a time, I'm just going to temporarily stick these in here, and I'm going to bring all the sheep into the middle. Right, let's see. Hello. Oh, I don't know about this. Okay, come on. See, make sure we don't lose any on the way. We'll get them in, and then we'll just make sure that we've got everyone afterwards. Come on. No, come back. Come back. The Wandering Trader there. No, I'm stuck. Don't you fall in. Okay, that should be all of them. I'm just going to go see what this Wandering Trader's got for us. He's got moss! He's got moss! Take my money, sir. Take it. Oh, yes. We've been waiting for this. Oh, and Nautilus shells. Take those too. Oh, I'm so happy about that. Because we haven't had any moss this game. We haven't found any lush caves. You know what? Usually I'm nasty and I kill you for leads, but I'm going to let you live today because you've done me a great service. You two are sheepdogs and you're absolutely useless. You let them all wander around. Look, that one's getting out. Come on. You're not very good sheepdogs. You're not even looking. God. Right, you get back in there. Come on. Let's start getting these in, shall we? So I'm going to take this one first. And you're in. Okay. I didn't get my lead back. Oh no. Don't you come out. You get down. You're not supposed to be here, mate. Okay, this is going to take me a while, so what I will do is I'll get all these in and you can catch me on the next part, probably in about 3 hours time. So, through the power of editing, okay my lovelies, we are in. We have all the sheep in, no thanks to my 2 sheepdog. I have dug down 3 levels, just to make it easier for me to work and easier for me to show you. So, what we're going to need to do now, because all these sheep, you can see they're getting sheared and it's just sitting there, we're going to build a railway underneath. So we're going to need to remove all these wooden blocks here because I'm super bright and I said to put in these wooden blocks, and I know you're all thinking it, like, why are all these wooden blocks here? And the reason is that they need to be chopped down now. So I'm going to do that. And I'm also going to clear out the blocks that were around it too, because... Oh mate, did you have to? Did you have to? Now I will remind everyone that you don't have to build it exactly like this, because if you're following this and you're trying to build this in, like, this is a lot of extra work. If you want to do it my way, then okay. But if you don't want to do it my way, you can build this using any of the thing that I've applied here. You can use that to make your own different shapes of wool farm. So we're going to need a solid block, and we are going to need to run a railway under here. Okay, I've checked my design and I need to dig back 4 squares from here. So I will just get that done for you. So what I'm actually building here is a sorting system. So what it's going to do is a colour will come over here. It'll get pulled into the sorting system, and then there will be a bunch of chests here. So I've dug this out because this is where the redstone is going to go for the build, and I've decided to use redstone ore blocks. I don't know, they don't give off a redstone signal, so I think it should be fine. There's no observers in the build, so them updating isn't going to cause a problem, I don't think. So this is going to be the wall, which is going to go around here. So I'm just going to place these to prop this up. Right, thinking about it, it starts here, which does mean that I will have to do some more digging. So I'm going to add another layer here. And then another here. Now just stick down some temporary blocks, and we will need to go and grab our redstone supplies. So in this gap here, we are going to place our repeaters, and they're going to face in this direction, and we'll just go like that. On the fronts of these, we are going to have redstone torches. We're going to add another row of this. Grab our comparators. We're going to face them this way. On the top of this, redstone. And that is pretty much all of the redstone done. The next thing we need are hoppers. What I'm going to show you is how it's going to be. So these ones will all be facing into these comparators here. Underneath, what we would have is a hopper facing into a chest. However, what I'm actually building is going to bring that out an extra block, which means that sticks out there. We're going to have another one. I want them all to be facing the same way because that just looks silly. Another one facing out like this, And that's actually as low as I'm going. I'm only going 2 chests, 2 double chests for each colour, because I don't need much more than that. I'm not going to use 2 boxes worth in one go, so that's going to be fine. So I need to repeat this across the board, and I also need to repeat it then on the other side. Before I do anything else, we'll get that railway in. So the railway. So once you've got that top row of hoppers in, you can make a start on the railway. You can do it after. I'm just doing it now so that I can show you. This is going to go across all the way across there, and it's also going to come here. And now we need to alternate powered rails. So I'm going to put 2 powered rails there, 2 there, and 2 there. And then I'm going to do the same over here. I miscounted, it's 3 on these back ones. So then we're going to have these rails go along here, these all connecting up like that. Okay, once you've done that, get out your redstone torches. We are going in, and we want to clear out 1 block in here that we can put a redstone torch in there. And then you want to fill it back in, and that will activate the rail. And then you're going to want to do the same over here. And you're going to want to repeat this on both sides and also on those as well. The next part is this needs to be able to terminate. So it's just going to terminate on that wall, and then it will bounce back. And the same for that one. I'll just activate these rails a moment. Okay. So the way we're going to test this, I've built one of these already. I'm going to have to repeat the others. To check that this is working, I need to just put those in there, and if they haven't been sucked in, that's a good sign. The first colour is going to be blue, so I'm just going to grab some wool. So because this one is going to be our blue chest, we'll just stick the blue wool in there, and that way that is locked to any other colour. So when the minecart comes along here, it'll deposit the blue into this one, and that will be the correct chest. And then the same will apply for these. So we need to take our minecart, and we're going to stick that in there, the hopper in there, and that will turn it into a minecart with a hopper. And we just place it right on the rail. And what that will do now is that will collect all the wool from all the sheep, and then it will deposit into the correct ones of these. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to finish the build, because you don't need to see the rest. The rest, what we're going to do is stick it into a time lapse. So enjoy the time lapse. Okay, my lovelies, so we're mostly done. As you can see, I have sort of like faded it in to the cliff so we can reclaim that land, because it was quite a big build, and I did want some more building space, so we could probably build some houses up here or something later down the line, which is nice. It just means that we've still got quite a bit of land despite having quite a big build underneath. For the rest of everything, I'm pretty much finished on the inside. It's just I've got a sheep here who ate all the grass, so I've got some moss to go there. But now I'm thinking maybe I want maybe I want some moss carpets instead. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here where I've already got a pretty ruined ground. And I'm going to do this and see what happens. We've got one carpet there. Oh, we got some trees. No carpet. Give me carpet. I want carpet. Yes. Plenty of carpet. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to stick some shroom lights in there. And let's hope the sheep comes out of this gap. Okay. And then stick the moss carpet down. And what this does is this allows me to have the area lit well, but also still looks like grass. So there we are. So towards the end there, I did have to run off to a terracotta biome so that I could make this blood sheep on the roof. On the way back, I found a donkey. So I rode the donkey back and towed my horse, which is nice. So that's really handy because donkeys, as far as I'm aware, you can do this and you've got extra inventory, which is absolutely fantastic for long journeys. So that's really good. We're going to need some names for these. We still haven't named my horse either, so that would be good. This sheep in the middle, by the way, there's a reason why there is a sheep in the middle. Not just for decoration, but this one's going to be named. And while I was in the terracotta biome, I did find a mine shaft which gave me some of these goodies. So I'm just going to take this name tag, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to call it Jeb _ and this is a little trick in Minecraft Java. I don't know if this works in Bedrock or Pocket Edition, but in Java, when a sheep is named Jeb _ all lowercase, this happens. Isn't that lovely? So now we've got rainbow sheep in the middle. We've got all our colours here. I put a little bit of wheat in here just to make it look like I'm feeding them. I'm not feeding them. Yeah, so this is our wool farm. It seems to be quite productive so far. Like, it is a little bit slow, but these boxes will fill up over time as we carry on playing and doing other things. And now I've pretty much got an infinite supply of wool. So there we are. That's just sort of nestled in the hill here, and it goes all the way around. We've got a wall over here, but that's pretty much it. I have cleared up the there was like a sort of really small canyon here, like a chasm, so I have taken that out. Like, I've filled it in, you know. But yeah, this has been quite a long build. Like, it's a new day today. It took me I was building this until like 4 or 5 in the morning, and I thought, right, I really need to go to bed. So I set off today, got the terracotta, finished the build. I really like it. I need to clean up this chest monster here, but for the most part, I'm pretty pleased. No help to you two who couldn't round up the sheep. Yeah, I'm watching you. Yeah, you know. You know, don't you? Yeah, they're good boys, really. They're good boys. So yeah, between now and the next episode, expect me to clean this up. If it's not cleaned up in the next episode, tell me off in the comments, because I have a really bad habit of leaving chests everywhere, because I'm pretty sure there's still a little bit of chests here. Yeah, there's chests everywhere. I think there's some underneath the bees. Yeah. I'm terrible for it, but we do also need to build a storage center, but that's not for now. That's for later. That's a lot of work. The storage center will also use the same sort of design as what I've used for the wall. So for the main storage center, I will be like just building up all of these. But for now, I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, please leave a thumbs up. Please leave a comment and tell me how I did. And I hope to see you in the next episode. Stay tuned, and I'll catch you next week.